Instagram, hey, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm live again. I'm so excited. I love doing these. I didn't think I would. And today we are going to talk about 3 subtle shifts to attracting higher quality men. Are you ready? Are you into this? Because you're probably watching this because your dating pool has not been so high quality. Am I right? So I am so excited to dive in. At the end of this video or this live, I'm going to be talking about my audio coaching series. You can grab it for free. The link is in the bio already on Instagram, and it will be dropped under the videos in the other media, YouTube and Facebook. But for now, we are going to talk about the 3 subtle shifts to attract higher quality men. I mean, right? Don't we all want to attract higher quality men, first of all? Well, I don't want to anymore, but I was at a place when I was dating when I was like, seriously? Another loser, another, whatever person, man that doesn't follow through, another not good leader, another whatever it was. And so I discovered some of the subtle shifts that I had to make in order to start leveling up the dating pool. And I started actually, high quality men started flocking to me. So if you are watching live, I want you to drop your first name in the chat, wherever you are. That way I know where you're watching from. And I would love to see you. Now, if you're watching the replay, do the same. I just would love to hear from you. All right. So are you ready? Are you ready? Should we just dive right in? So there are 3 subtle shifts you get to make in order to attract higher quality men. I see 4 people watching here already. Drop your name in the chat if you're watching live. And if you're watching the replay, put your name, your first name, and replay. I would love to hear. The first thing is clarity. What do I mean by that? Clarity on what you want, but not clarity on what you want in a man. Trust me, I know what you want. You want high quality. You want someone who's got their shit together. You want someone handsome. I get it. I get it. But what do you want to feel? This is how you train your subconscious mind to get what you want. It's literally manifestation 101. Okay. This applies in dating as well. So you need to get clear on what you want to feel in the relationship of your dreams. So write it out, vision it. And by visioning, it sounds like you're looking at it, but it's going inward and feeling the feelings that you are going to have as if you have them now. So feel the feelings of having this incredible man in your life now. And what does that feel like? And then go deep into the real feeling of what that feels like to have it. Okay. That is key, because then when you go out on dates, you will know if this man at the level that you are with him. So if it's a first date, literally it's first date level. Okay. You don't know if he's marriage material. You really don't. But you will know at this level of our first date, does this man help me feel the things that I envisioned feeling? If the answer is yes on that level, on the first date level, then you're able to say, do I want to go on a next date or do I not want to go on a next date? Does this make sense? And you're just staying at the level. So don't get ahead of yourself by being like, oh, I'm going to practice his last name after my name to see, if it'll fit when we get married. Oh, calm down, lady. Calm yourself, right? We don't want to do that. And we've all been there, that urgency. You don't want that urgency to shine through. In fact, you don't want to feel that urgency. You're just noticing in this moment, is this man the quality that I need him to be in order to move to the next level? So that's from first date to second date, from second date to third date, and so on. And it's also from dating to exclusivity at some point down the road. Each moment you check in with yourself, is this how I want to feel in a relationship? If it remains yes, then you move on to that next level. Okay. So clarity in how you want to feel in a relationship. Sorry, I'm like not facing you guys very clearly. I'm going to do this. Is that better? Probably better. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing, subtle shift you can make in order to really shift the point of attraction, shift what kind of men you're attracting. Put yourself first no matter what. Put yourself first. So we go and do self-care, right? Sometimes, like, self-care is all the buzzword now, right? But are we really still putting ourselves first? On the most deep levels, on the subtle levels and the deep levels, not just the surface levels, including like getting your hair done, your nails done, all that stuff. That's like self-care, getting a massage. But are you nourishing your body? And I mean food, but I also mean media, right? Are you constantly consuming crappy media? Are you constantly on a screen like I am a lot of the day when I'm in like work mode, right? I have to be really conscientious of that, because that I am not feeding myself in a way that I want to feed myself. Now, it's important for my work, so I use it as a tool, but what you consume is extremely important, and how you treat yourself is extremely important. So, the nourishment piece is a self-care piece and putting yourself first, including food, media, and sleep. Now, the feminine, I talk about feminine and masculine all the time. By now, you guys know, but if you don't, put in the comments if you don't know what I mean by feminine, or if you want this explained a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a live about that or a video. But the feminine, if you identify as a feminine woman, which most of my audience does, then the feminine craves space and craves nourishment, including sleep. And female bodies need more sleep in order to regulate hormones, and the hormones that make you feel good, make you feel happy, and make you feel feminine. The masculine hormones get exacerbated, get exaggerated when you undersleep, you overpush yourself, you don't eat the right foods, you are constantly in go, go, go mode. Your feminine hormones, your female hormones get dampened, right? Because they need slow nourishment. So they get dampened, and you get more and more masculine. Actually repels masculine men, just like magnets of the same pole repel each other. So positives repel. If you put two magnets together, right? We used to do that as a kid and try really hard, and it would like slip like this. That's what's happening in your relationships, because you're likely, if you're anything like me, and if you're anything like any of the women that cross my path, you are very, very often in your masculine, and you are very conditioned to be in your masculine, but your feminine is under nourished and under focused on, right? Underworked out. So I always give the scenario: when you work out one arm and leave the other arm, you're out of balance. So it's the same as the masculine. You've worked out your masculine. You've got it, girl. You're good. You don't have to dampen it at all. Your masculine has gotten you really far up until now, probably high success, probably you've gained lots of amazing things because of your masculine side. There's nothing wrong with your masculine side. But what's wrong is when you undernourish your feminine and ignore her, and don't also give attention to that arm and work out that muscle, right? So that's why you've got to swing the pendulum more to the feminine, because again, the masculine is super easy for us to initiate, right? It's such a habit that we have to consciously create feminine practices, and nourishing the feminine and hearing her and listening to her. So the nourishment is very important. And back to point number 2 is put yourself first. So we are a lot of the time we are putting others first, and that's actually a masculine trait. Hear me again. Putting others first is a masculine trait. We think it is a trait for women to give and to overgive and to be the martyr and to be the giver and the caretaker. No, no, no. We have it all backwards. The masculine is the giver. Let that sink in. So, whenever you are giving and over giving and not receiving, because guess what? The feminine is the receiving. You cannot be in your feminine if you are not good at receiving. And this is where you put yourself first. You receive from yourself and you make it structured so that you can't get waver off your path of putting yourself first. It's very difficult for a lot of women to put themselves first because we have not only been conditioned our whole lives from our entire families and our lineages. Oh my gosh, I never pressed start. Yikes. I never pressed start on Instagram. Okay, you guys on Instagram, this is all recorded on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel to see what you've missed. Okay. So, where was I? Oh my goodness. So, putting yourself first is something that we are so uncomfortable with as women because we have been conditioned from our families, through society, through modeling of our mothers, over giving and martyring themselves. We are so conditioned to put others before us instead of putting ourselves first. This actually feels counterintuitive. It feels like that's not the feminine. The feminine is a giver. No, no, no. You have it backwards. The masculine is the giver. The feminine is the receiver. Ah! Seriously. And if you think about it with sex, okay, I'm not gonna get too graphic because maybe, the internet doesn't like that. But if you think about sex, the ultimate of polarity, right? Polarity of masculine and feminine is a sexual act. The man is penetrating and giving. The woman is receiving and opening. Now, of course, there's giving and receiving on both ends if you want to get technical. But the baseline of the masculine and the feminine is the man enters and gives and penetrates and goes, and the feminine opens, receives, surrenders. It's not passive, it's very active, but it's the opposite of the masculine active. So, back to point number 2. We're only on point number 2. Put yourself first no matter what. This means putting yourself first. I see some friends. So nice. Put your first name in the chat. If you joined late, I want to know if you watched live or if you were in the replay. Put your first name in the chat. I'd love to see you because I'm streaming it in different places. I won't know where you watched it from. So putting yourself first is the ultimate practice of femininity. Now, putting yourself first means if a man asks you out on a date and it's not a good time for you, you don't bend yourself into a pretzel to make it work because he's so hot or he's so amazing or he's such a catch. No, you're going to stop completely doing that. You're completely going to stop doing that, okay? If you want the shifts that will attract high quality men, you will stop that shift. Why? Or you will do that shift and stop that behavior. Because men, as much as we think we are the most intuitive ones, men are extremely intuitive to neediness behavior. Neediness is putting him first. Why? Why is that neediness? We're doing it because we want to get. We are trying to, it's like posturing. We are trying to posture so that he will give us what we want, which is love and affection and adoration. No, no, no. We're not going to whore ourselves out. Okay. You are going to take care of yourself. You are going to say no to dates when it's just not the right time. You can say no, but I'm available Wednesday and Thursday at this and this time. You can give him other options, but we're stopping bending into pretzels for men. In fact, you want to make the shift not from, am I good enough for him? Do I look good enough? Am I gorgeous enough? Do I smell good? Am I funny enough? Did I say the right thing? To, hmm, is he matching what I want to feel in a relationship? Which is point number one. And for those of you on Instagram, I forgot to press play. All of it is in the video that I'm recording on YouTube Live, so you can go watch the beginning. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready for number 3? Point number 3. All right. I just checked my notes there. Did you see that? It was really subtle. All right. Date as if he is not the one. Let me repeat that again. Date as if he is not the one. So you're going on dates and expecting that he is not the one. Why is that good? Well, he's probably not the one. In fact, 99% of them are not going to be the one. And if you do anything to do with my abundance dating method, which I have some YouTube videos about that, I always talk about that. Put in the chat if you want to learn more about abundance dating. I will make sure that I will do more lives and more videos about it. If you know anything about abundance dating, this is part of it. Okay. So date as if he's not the one means you are, first of all, dating multiple people. In fact, a lot of people. That's the abundance dating method. And from that, you have a much broader pool of the small chance that you are going to meet the one. And I say small chance, you are going to meet him eventually. But the more you date, the more multiple people you date at the same time, the faster that timeline will shrink and you will suddenly meet him. But if you're dating, if you're literally going on the apps today and you're chatting with one nice man, his name is John, and you're like, oh my gosh, he sounds so amazing. In the back of your neurology, you may not admit it consciously, but the back of your mind, in your nervous system, you're hoping he's the one. I guarantee you too, the first man you meet online is not the one. How do I know that? Because you have not practiced yet abundance dating consistently. And that shifts you. Abundance dating shifts your point of attraction. So you up level the men that are attracted to you energetically. So date as if he's not the one is actually training you to just enjoy multiple men on dates. I don't mean having sex with multiple men. You do you. I'm not judging, but that's not what I mean by dating multiple men. By dating multiple men, what I mean is really keeping your options open until you get that feeling that, number one, from today, that will match your feeling fully. Not some of his traits or his ways of being give you that feeling. No, all of his ways of being give you the full feeling of what you want to feel in a relationship. So you're building and building and building your capacity to hold and to attract higher and higher and higher and higher quality men by continuing to date, by not being attached, by not making each one be the one so urgently and desperately. Men feel this, okay? And you let go and you're like, I'm just going on another date this week. He's probably not the one, but I can practice my femininity. I can enjoy because he's probably a nice man. You know, I can learn stuff about myself like, oh, you know, I actually went on, I actually did this method. Okay. And I remember distinctly one date of my abundance dating pool. I had lots of men that I was dating. One time I realized, based on how he talked about his ex-wife, that was really important to me. And I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't put that on my list of what I wanted in a man. And so all this abundance dating really helped me to get clear on what what I wanted and what more I wanted, and oh, I want that, and oh, I want that. Have you ever have you ever manifested something, even a relationship specifically, and then you're like, oh, but I forgot to want this thing, right? Abundance dating will help you over time remember all the things that you want to manifest. So, date as if he is not the one is going to get you extremely far. It's going to get you past all the heartache of him ghosting you, or not getting back to you, or not actually following through on a date. It's not gonna bother you. If you date one man at a time and hope he's the one each time, you're gonna fall on your face in disappointment over and over and over and over again. And I can venture to guess that this has already happened to you multiple times. If you want, put in the chats wherever you're watching this, put in the chat if this has happened to you. Just very briefly, this has happened to me, and I'll know what you're referring to. All right. Awesome, right? There's so much there. This is why I have, programs that are 3 months, 6 months longer. This material is, there's a lot there. So I am so glad that I got to share a lot of this with you. And I have a amazing audio coaching series, let's call it that. Audio coaching series where it's my voice coaching you on red flags and blind spots. And it's really a fun, I think it's a series of 5, I'm pretty sure. It's a really fun and eye-opening series that you will get for free if you just click on wherever you're watching this. The link will be either in the bio for Instagram or below the videos on the other platforms. Okay, so I will make sure that that link is there. You can grab that freebie and let me know. Let me know if you really can use an up level in your dating game, and how that you realize, let me know if you realize that you need to make some shifts because you're not getting the results that you are wanting. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure before we hang up or before you go, you put your first name in the chat of wherever you're watching so that I know you were here. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye.